Casemiro, mate? Because I know he's on his way out, isn't he? They're going to have to replace him and his goals, by the way, because he comes up with some important goals.
Well, it's very interesting you say that and you bring that up. And I don't know whether you caught our memo, but my underappreciated performer is Casemiro, Robbie O. Now, I know it's easy for me to say that when he scores a goal. He scores the goal, first one. He assists with a no-look, brilliant ball.
Yeah, I saw the no-look picture.
For Cunha, who smashed it into the top. And his general play in this setup, when he's got more players close to him, he's a class act, Casemiro. And, you know...
Why would you... Is it age? Is it money? Is it anything else? Why at this stage you would be saying, oh, he can go? Because he did have a year option, didn't they, on his contract?
Yeah, I think it's his decision, isn't it? I think he wants to go back, and I think he wants to. Okay. I don't know. But underappreciated. Maybe it's I just think he's got a lot of stick in he. And you can't really say for the money that was paid, a huge fee for a pretty old guy. And he's done okay. And there's moments, like you said, he's got 4 or 5 goals, hasn't he, this season, I think. Yeah. I think he might have fifth Premier League goal that was.
Isn't it almost the case, Rob, that maybe played in a different style with a different setup, would have seen a better Casemiro?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And that's the point I'm trying to make today, Rob. It's saying that underappreciated. Yeah. You know, again, I'm not arguing that he's been great value for Man United with the money paid and his age, etc., and he'll leave on, for free. Yeah. I just remind people he's class. He's a classy player, and you see bits of it from the passing, from the goals. Some of this, he sprays the ball from midfield. He had a good game today, Rob. Casemiro had a really good game in the middle of the park. He got a standing ovation. He came off pretty early, actually, kind of midway through the second half. Ugarte came on for a bit more energy in there. So I just think it's a tip of the cap to Casemiro, an absolute champion of a player that's won so much at Real Madrid and has got a lot of stick at Man United. But I think we all got to remember that there's a classy player in there. And I think Old Trafford, I think the Man United fans, they've seen it, even though it may not have been every week, Rob. And there's times his legs couldn't handle what was going on around him, to your point. In a different setup, maybe he'd been more influential. But he's a class player, and we saw it today, and I want to give him a little shout. So he's my underappreciated performer of the week. Yeah,
it's a good shout recently. And I think, Rob, he'll help in the next, 16 games, to develop Kobbie Mainoo and teach him a little bit of what it is to be a midfield player and do a good job in there. So, yeah, good shout. Can't argue with Casemiro. I know it's a lot of money. I know it's a big salary, but he also brings big presence and gets big goals, by the way.
Yeah.
Hi there, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host of NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch more videos all season long. And for even more Premier League content, from original series to live matches, head over to Peacock.